Yo guys, welcome back to another video on Michigan Sports Talk. And Michigan just beat Indiana 31-10 on the road. It wasn't the prettiest win. Going to be going ahead and giving my instant reaction, post-game analysis, and key takeaways from the game. Also, an update on Mike Hart, how he's doing. It's all going to be in this video. So if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more. So we'll go ahead and start with Mike Hart. I know a lot of you guys are concerned about him. He obviously went down on the sideline, and according to Fox, they said that at halftime that he was having seizures on the sideline. He was carted off. He did give a thumbs up on the way out. Very scary situation, and lots of emotion on the sideline, especially from running back Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. But after the game, Jim Harbaugh says that Mike Hart is in stable condition. However, he will stay overnight in Bloomington for observation. He's obviously at a hospital right now, so obviously hoping everything is okay with him. But that's good news from Jim Harbaugh updating us on Mike Hart. Also, a cool thing, JJ McCarthy says that the team is going to give Mike Hart the game ball, which is very cool. It's obviously a very good coach. But with that, let's go ahead and talk about the game. JJ McCarthy and the Michigan offense, they really did not air the ball out deep in this game. The offense really struggled in the first half. They only had 10 points, and they just looked stale in the first half. Blake Corum had that big run on the first drive, and other than that, that was really it. Michigan got a field goal, and then they also had a field goal blocked by Indiana. Michigan's defense in the first half was having a very hard time defending Indiana's wide receiver screens. The refs were pretty garbage in this one. However, the defense was letting a lot of passing completions go over them, and Indiana was just airing the ball out. They proved why they passed the ball so much against teams, and it was 10-10 going into halftime. So Michigan's defense, though, they did bend, but they didn't break at some points. One in particular was when they held them to a field goal, and then they also held them to a field goal a second time, and they blocked the field goal right after Indiana blocked their own field goal. So that was a very good stop by the defense. But once it went into halftime, Michigan came out firing. Their defense got a stop right away, and the offense looked a lot better, but the defense was just phenomenal. Michigan outscored Indiana 21-0 in the second half. Indiana had a total of 222 yards in this one, 203 passing yards, 19 rushing yards. Michigan had 469 total yards, 304 passing yards, and 165 rushing yards. Michigan had 10 penalties go against them, Indiana only 4. Michigan and Jim Harbaugh, they love to control the time of possession, and they did just that. 37 minutes and 53 seconds. Indiana 22 minutes and 7 seconds. So I was very impressed by the defense in the second half. Let me know down in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts are. Obviously, like I said, in the first half they struggled. Second half they did very good, and the offense also did good as they got the job done. I think the offense can look a lot better though, especially once JJ McCarthy fixes his deep ball accuracy. We couldn't really see his deep ball accuracy in this one. He had a couple long throws, but really no throws that he had to make in stride. I like the one drive, Cornelius Johnson, he dropped a very good pass from JJ McCarthy. A drive started at the 2-yard line. However, JJ McCarthy and the Michigan offense marched all the way down, and Cornelius Johnson eventually made up and scored a touchdown on that drive. Michigan was also marching on one drive. Probably should have gotten 3 points out of it. However, JJ McCarthy made a bad read to Ronnie Bell and threw his first interception of the season. Just stuff that he cannot let happen. But he finished the game 28 for 36, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Blake Corum had another great game. He really had to fight for his yards in this one, except for the first run he had of the game. That was a touchdown. He had 25 carries, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. Donovan Edwards seems like he may still be a little injured. He only had 7 carries for 15 yards, and Blake Corum really took most of the load. So Donovan Edwards slowly getting back, and hopefully we can see him more take a more bigger load. Ronnie Bell had a phenomenal game, 11 receptions, 121 yards. Luke Schoonmaker as well, he had a touchdown, 9 receptions, 67 yards. And Cornelius Johnson had 4 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Andrew Anthony finally got in the action. He had 1 catch last game, but today he had 2 receptions, 32 yards. Slowly but surely finally making his way back into the offense. So like I said, the offense can definitely be better, especially with, throwing the ball deep, taking more shots downfield, but we got a lot of time left. Next game is next weekend against Penn State. It's going to be a very tough matchup and should be a good one. I just want to talk about the defense a little bit more. The quarterback pressure was actually very, very good today. Might not have, noticed it in the first half, but mainly all those problems were the secondary. Michigan was actually getting pretty dang good pressure on the quarterback. They had a total of 7 sacks today. Rod Moore had an interception, got to put on the turnover buffs. I know Michael Barrett had a sack, Junior Colson had a sack, Jalen Harrell had a sack, and got a terrible call from the officials calling his celebration unsportsmanlike. I thought it was complete BS because his celebration that he did, ton of college football players have been doing that same celebration, so that was pretty disappointing. But Derek Moore, the freshman, also had a sack. Eyabi Oki, changed his last name to Oki. He had a sack as well. Braden McGregor had a sack, and Mike Morris had a sack. But yeah, altogether, the second half was phenomenal for Michigan. It's a really good sign to see Michigan's quarterback pressure on defense obviously get better and has definitely improved. Hopefully they keep improving. And the defense, really did not look bad in this one. I know the first half was very frustrating. Like I said, the wide receiver screens, they're really struggling on those, but they made huge halftime adjustments. Shout out to defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. Just incredible halftime adjustments, and Indiana had nothing going on offense in the second half. So, but yeah, Michigan wins this one 31-10. They improved to 6-0. Let me know down in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts on this game is right now. Like I said, I know a lot of people are going to be, saying how Michigan has to get a lot better for Penn State next weekend. But I really think this second half was very pleasing for Michigan fans. This team adjusted, and just looking back in the past, Michigan and under Jim Harbaugh, these games against Indiana have been pretty close. I know a couple games have gone to overtime against them, and Indiana has kept it close against Michigan in past years. So Michigan wins it though 31-10. They took care of business on the road, won it by 21 points. This team can definitely get better. They're going to get better, and all we have to do is just take one game at a time, keep improving, and that's all we can ask for from this team. And as long as they keep winning, can't really complain too much. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.